The occult. What is it? Ready to unlock the secrets of the universe, to tap into powers beyond the realm of the ordinary? Or maybe you just want to know if that weird symbol you saw on a bumper sticker means you're cursed. Don't worry, we've all been there. The world of the occult, it's mysterious, it's intriguing, and let's be honest, it's a little bit spooky. But what exactly is the occult? It's a catch-all term for a lot of different beliefs and practices that deal with, well, the hidden. Think magic, astrology, alchemy, basically anything that claims to tap into forces beyond the natural world. Now, before you run off to join a coven or start sacrificing goats in your backyard, please don't, let's take a light-hearted look at this fascinating world. For centuries, humans have been captivated by the unexplained. From ancient rituals to modern-day mysticism, the occult has always held a certain allure. Perhaps it's the promise of power, the allure of the forbidden, or maybe we just really want to believe that there's more to life than meets the eye. Whatever the reason, the occult has a way of piquing our curiosity and making us wonder, what if? Is it possible to predict the future with a deck of cards? Can you really influence your destiny by wearing a certain crystal? And what about those ancient spells and rituals? Are they the real deal or just elaborate placebo effects? We'll delve into all of this and more as we journey together through the fascinating and often hilarious world of the occult. We're not promising to turn you into a master magician or a psychic extraordinaire, but we are going to have some fun exploring the beliefs, practices, and, let's face it, sometimes outrageous claims of the occult. So buckle up, grab your lucky rabbit's foot or your smartphone, hey, we're not judging, and get ready for a wild ride. Who knows, you might even learn a thing or two about yourself along the way. Join us as we separate fact from fiction, explore the history and evolution of occult practices, and try to answer the age-old question: are these hidden powers real or just a bunch of hocus pocus? Let's start with the big one. Magic, the art of bending reality to your will using spells, incantations, maybe a puff of smoke. It's the stuff of legends and fairy tales. Imagine a world where magic actually worked. No need for cars, planes, or food delivery apps. Forgot to pay your electricity bill? Just zap yourself some light. Control elements, talk to animals, or teleport to a tropical island. But if summoning a pizza is this difficult, maybe teleportation is best left to the professionals. Section 2, astrology. It's written in the stars, maybe? Next up, let's talk about astrology. Now, astrology is all about the idea that the position of celestial bodies at the time of your birth can influence your personality, relationships, and apparently even your luck with finding a decent Wi-Fi signal. It's like a cosmic blueprint for your life. Except instead of an architect, you have a bunch of stars that are billions of miles away and probably couldn't care less about whether you get that promotion or not. But hey, who am I to judge? People have been looking to the stars for guidance for centuries, and let's be honest, there's something strangely comforting about the idea that our lives are part of some grand cosmic plan. Even if that plan sometimes feels like it was written by someone who's really bad at giving directions. Section 3, the curious case of alchemy, from lead to gold or just a lead balloon. Now let's talk about alchemy. This is where things get really interesting and potentially very, very expensive. Alchemy is like the eccentric cousin of chemistry. It's all about transforming matter, specifically turning base metals like lead into gold. You know, the kind of thing that would make you the most popular person on Wall Street. Or at least get you an interesting segment on a late-night talk show. But alas, despite centuries of trying, no one's managed to crack the code of turning lead into gold. Maybe it's a secret best left buried, or maybe those alchemists just needed a better recipe book. Either way, the next time you find a penny on the ground, just remember it could have been gold. Or at least that's what the alchemists would have wanted you to believe. Section 4, intermission reality check, please. So, we've explored magic, astrology, and alchemy, three pillars of the occult that have captivated and confused humanity for centuries. But before we dive into the world of symbols, rituals, and modern-day mystical trends, let's take a quick intermission for a reality check. Because as much fun as it is to entertain the possibilities, it's also important to remember that there's a difference between belief and, well, actual scientific evidence. But hey, a little skepticism never hurt anyone. In fact, it's probably what's kept us from all trying to fly by, jumping off cliffs while flapping our arms, most of us anyway. So, with that in mind, let's continue our journey into the world of the occult, shall we? Just promise me you won't try to turn your cat into a dragon after this. It's not going to end well. All right, let's talk symbols, because nothing says I'm into the occult like rocking a pentagram necklace or having a house full of dream catchers. But what do these symbols actually mean? And more importantly, do they actually anything? The occult is full of symbols, each with its own supposed meaning and power. You've got your pentagrams, your all-seeing eyes, your ankhs, your ouroboros. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a Ouija board planchette at a slumber party. But here's the thing about symbols. They're just that, symbols. They're representations of ideas, beliefs, and sometimes just plain old aesthetics. Now, let's talk rituals, because what's the occult without a little bit of ceremony? From lighting candles and chanting incantations to drawing elaborate chalk circles on the floor, hopefully not your neighbor's driveway. Rituals are a big part of many occult practices, but are they really necessary, and do they actually work? Think of it this way. Rituals are like the pre-game warm-up for your spiritual side. They're a way to focus your intention, connect with something bigger than yourself, and maybe work up a sweat depending on how elaborate the ritual is. But just like that lucky pair of socks you wear to every job interview, the power of rituals might be more about the belief you put into them than any inherent magical properties. And then there are protection charms, because who doesn't want a little extra insurance against bad vibes, evil spirits, and that weird feeling you get when you walk past the break room microwave at work? From crystals and amulets to lucky charms and even certain hand gestures. Looking at you, Figa. People have been trying to ward off negativity since, well, probably since the dawn of time. And hey, if wearing a crystal around your neck or hanging a dream catcher above your bed makes you feel safer and more at peace, who are we to argue? Just maybe don't ditch the smoke detector just yet. Section 4, intermission, separating the mystical from the mundane, but keeping the fun. So we've explored symbols, rituals, and protection charms, the bread and butter, or maybe the incense and sage, of many occult practices. But as we continue our journey, it's important to remember that there's a difference between the mystical and the mundane, between the power of belief and the often hilarious reality of everyday life. Because, let's face it, even the most powerful protection charm probably can't prevent you from getting stuck in traffic or spilling coffee on your shirt. Life, as they say, finds a way of being both magical and messy all at the same time. Crystal healing rocks of power, or just really shiny rocks? Let's talk about crystals. Everyone and their dog walker has crystals, claiming they boost energy or find parking spots. Are they channeling cosmic energy or just expensive paperweights? Proponents say crystals vibrate at different frequencies to promote healing and balance. Crystals have unique properties, enough to make a geologist smile. If rose quartz makes you feel loving or amethyst brings calm, who am I to judge? But maybe let's not ditch the health insurance just yet. Section 2 Tarot, your future in 78 cards, shipping and handling not included. Next up, we have the ever-popular tarot. Those beautifully illustrated cards with mysterious symbols and archetypes that promise to reveal your past, present and future, all for the low, low price of a consultation with a reader or a quick Google search, whichever's more convenient. But let's be real for a second. While the tarot can be a fun and insightful tool for self-reflection, it's probably not the best way to make major life decisions. Should you quit your job and move to a new city based on what the cards say? Maybe sleep on it first and consult your bank account while you're at it. Because here's the thing about the future. It's not set in stone, no matter how many cards you draw or tea leaves you read. Section 3, manifesting your dreams. Because who needs hard work when you have good vibes? And finally, we have the modern-day phenomenon of manifestation. You know, the idea that you can literally think your dreams into reality by focusing your thoughts, setting intentions, and maybe adding a few affirmations to your vision board for good measure. Now, don't get me wrong. Having goals and a positive outlook on life is great, but let's not forget that achieving those dreams usually requires a bit more than just good vibes and wishful thinking. You can't just manifest your way to a successful career, a loving relationship, or a perfectly organized sock drawer, though if anyone figures that last one out, please let me know. Real talk manifestation is not a magical shortcut to success. Section 1, Occult versus Reality. Can a horoscope help you parallel park? So we've had some fun exploring the world of the occult, from magic and astrology to crystals and manifestation. But now it's time to put on our skeptical thinking caps, or maybe just our regular thinking caps, if we're being honest, and ask the big question, does any of this stuff actually hold up in the face of, reality? Think about it. While it's fun to read your horoscope and imagine all the amazing things that happen, winning the lottery, meeting your soulmate, finally finding a matching pair of socks, it's important to remember that those predictions are often so vague that they could apply to just about anyone. After all, who doesn't want more love, money, and good fortune in their life? Section 2, the power of belief versus the laws of physics and common sense. Now, I'm not here to rain on anyone's mystical parade. If believing in astrology, crystals, or the power of manifestation brings you joy, comfort, or a sense of purpose, then more power to you. But it's also important to be discerning, to separate what we to be true from what is actually supported by evidence and logic. Because here's the thing, the universe operates according to certain fundamental principles: gravity, thermodynamics, the fact that you can't eat just one potato chip. And while it's tempting to believe that we can bend those rules with our minds, crystals, or ancient incantations, the reality is that those laws tend to apply equally to everyone, even those who can recite the entire tarot deck from memory. The allure of the unexplained, why we want to believe. So why are we so drawn to the occult? Why do we crave explanations beyond the realm of science and reason? Well, for one thing, humans are naturally curious creatures. We're hardwired to seek patterns, make connections, and find meaning in the world around us. And sometimes, when faced with the unknown, it's easier to fill in the blanks with magic, mystery, and the supernatural than to accept that some things may simply be beyond our current understanding. Plus, let's be honest, the occult is just plain fun. It's a world of imagination, symbolism, and endless possibilities. It allows us to tap into a sense of wonder and awe, to believe that there's more to life than meets the eye. And in a world that can often feel mundane and predictable, a little bit of magic can go a long way. Finding the balance, embracing curiosity while keeping our skepticism handy. So where does this leave us? Well, I think it's all about finding a balance between curiosity and skepticism, between embracing the unknown while also acknowledging the limits of our current understanding. It's about appreciating the beauty and symbolism of the occult without mistaking it for a substitute for critical thinking, scientific inquiry, or maybe just a good dose of common sense. Because while the occult may not have all the answers, or maybe any answers depending on who you ask, it can still offer valuable insights into ourselves, our beliefs, and our place in the grand, mysterious tapestry of the universe. And hey, even if that universe doesn't run on magic, it's still pretty amazing on its own. The enduring allure of hocus pocus. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour through the wacky, wonderful, and sometimes downright weird world of the occult. We've explored ancient practices and modern trends, from summoning spells that seem less effective than a good food delivery app to crystals that promise cosmic energy but sadly can't pay your bills. We've pondered the power of symbols, the allure of rituals, and the enduring human desire to believe in something beyond the ordinary. And while we may never know for sure whether there's any truth to these age-old beliefs, one thing's for certain. The occult continues to captivate our imaginations, spark our curiosity, and provide endless fodder for late-night conversations, questionable fashion choices, and maybe even a good laugh or two. Keep the magic alive, but maybe hold on to your wallet. Next time you see an eerily accurate horoscope or a crystal that promises to solve all your problems, or an influencer claiming to have manifested their dream life, take it all in stride. Enjoy the mystery, appreciate the symbolism, and remember that a little bit of skepticism can go a long way. Just keep your credit card safely tucked away.